Hey, how are you doing? I'm trying to stop the sun glaring down. Let's get off that. Don't do that. Stop it. Nope. I want you to stop it. Stop. There we go. Man. All right, just check there. Can you uh change it to that microphone? Hopefully you'll hear me now. Let me know if you can hear me. Just put Y in the chat if you can hear me. It looks like it's working properly now. It's recording. And obviously I can see myself. Can you hear me? Yeah. Cool. Okay. All right. So then we have Emma, Dawn, and Daryl. Hello again. Ah, man, wish I could stop that. It doesn't matter. I'm going to share the screen bits in anyway. This is going to be slightly different because what I want to try and do. That is annoying, that though. Mm, That's even worse. Oh my God, it's just all the sun's coming in that window. Yeah, man. Keep my hand on it. What I want to do is this is more to do with AI. Oh, stop it, man. Stand still there. This is more to do with AI, using AI, and also sort of like business models. How you can have ideas that can create more business, but also link into the affiliate marketing. Let me explain. Oh, I'll sit like this all night, or at least until the sun moves that way slightly. So, um, this gets set up properly. What we're going to do, I'm going to show you a way where you can search for businesses that need a service. There's many different ways of doing it. One of the ones that I've been looking at, and some friends of mine that I was on the courses with in Texas do this all the time. And they do it for different services. Sometimes they'll use what I'm going to show you tonight. Other times they'll use like creation of apps, which we were concentrating on in Texas, the creation of the apps, building the apps, and then supplying into to these businesses. But it doesn't have to be an app as such. You can actually build what we have built or I have built for you and given to you on your affiliate marketing for you to be able to collect your leads and your emails. Now, you can do that for other businesses. So, the way that this would work, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you it now. We're going to search for businesses. I think I might have chosen Yorkshire. I can give you reasons why I've chosen sort of not Yorkshire, but the rest of it, like the actual businesses. Um, we're going to go into home improvement businesses because many of them do not have a recognized online presence. They have constant need for new business clients, right? Leads, but they're not very good at doing it or getting it, and they're not the best tech savvy. So that's why we're going for like the home improvement market, and that could be plumbers, electricians, windows, and there is a plethora of them as well. Now, what we're going to do is it's going to work into the affiliate marketing side, because once we're going to target websites. We're going to look for companies, or not well, it's business, any type of business that does not have a correct online presence, has not got or has a poor website. Now, there's only one reason why any business is in existence, and that is to get customers. If you haven't got a customer, you haven't got a business. The only reason why you should be doing anything in your business apart from if it's a plumber fitting a tap, right, or whatever, or doing a plumb, right, then is to create leads for the business. That is the business side. You need to get leads. You need to turn those leads into customers, and then you need to get them to give you a referral, as in, a testimonial saying how good you were, or recommend to friends. That is it. That is a business. I don't care what you do, be it a plumber, a martial arts school, or a restaurant. It's all the same. So we need to help them to have a better online presence, be that building them a website. Now, this may sound daunting, which is why I'm going to show you it tonight. I have had lots of practice at doing this, right? But I'm literally making this up as I go along on tonight. So I have not prepared it. All I've done is I've opened up an idea builder, we'll call it, and Google Maps. Right? I haven't prepared anything. I haven't like, oh, I'm going to build a website and pretend it's like I haven't done anything. Okay, so if I can move my hand. I think the sun's actually gone slightly further that way as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to go and search on websites. I think it's, sorry, on Google Maps. We're going to look for any businesses that I can find. I think it's plumbers, but it's definitely home improvements. And then we're going to see if we can find some that have not got a website. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use um, uh, prompt engineering. Okay, so to actually create a website, then what you're going to do is you're going to like the idea for you is that you will take the design, you will take the information, images, whatever's created, and you will move them over to system.io. You already have. But instead of building like for yourself, you're going to build an individual one for them, and you're going to create a link. Now, not straight away the link, but then what we'll do is you will take a screenshot, only a screenshot, and that is how you will approach these companies. Hey, we'll tell you what to do. We'll show you on how to actually approach them. And what happens is, let's just say, like, you've got 10 companies that you go and you approach them, and four of them say, yeah, I actually like that, we'll pay for that. Then you're going to charge them, say, about like, £750 for the initial setup of the actual system, or the website. But then when they go on, they'll have to use system.io, set it up so it's on a full system, pro system, so that they're never going to be held back by anything, which means that you're going to get a commission because they're now under your link for system.io. So every month you'll get a commission from them using that website builder. But then you've actually built the website, you've put it up there. You can then like say, look, whenever you want this editing, we'll do a deal for like, how many times you need it editing or whatever it is. And you can actually make money continuously off them. Plus you get the commission. Then obviously what you want is a referral or a testimonial, I should say. So you say to them, if you've got any friends in that type of business or any other business, please recommend it forward. You could even give them a commission, for any one that you did introduce. Plus, you say, now I need a testimonial, say, how good the business was or how good the website was that we did for you. And you put that testimonials, then you build up your testimonial bank as you go and approach other people. So you're building up an affiliate commission, an affiliate income. That's exactly what it is. And it's recurring because it's on system.io. And once people have that full pro system on, so they've got the website, then it's an editable website. You can keep changing it all. It's not, if you get like, say, a WordPress professional, we'll call them. I presume that you all know what WordPress is. And they've created a website and they've got that all set up, and they've actually got, the add-ons in there, and they've got the plugins put in there, and somebody wants it changing. It's very technical to change. So it's generally the one that created it has to do it, and it costs a lot of money. So literally hundreds of pounds per edit, per change. Whereas if you've got something like system.io, then they can change it themselves if they wished. That's why you actually, it's a lot more flexible, and they can pay monthly to have that kind of possibility and flexibility. Okay. All right. Now, as well on this type of actual website, because it's still a website as in a www, right? However, you're going to create, or what you should be looking at creating, is funnels. And there's ways of building funnels for these businesses rather than having a website. Now, I've done website, like sort of like this kind of work for, oh God, I can't even remember how long, a long time. And it's all designed around like how to create this type of website, which is the funnel, which builds it like that, funnels them in and puts them in a direction. Whereas you compare it to like a typical website, when people build it, they're going to have a navigation bar or a menu, whatever way you want to describe it, on the top, on the bottom, however they've done it. Maybe it's on the side, and people jump all over the place and they end up not doing anything. Whereas on a funnel, you get, if they've got an interest in something, they're getting specific, you put them down there, you say, this is what you want to do. You give them a little bit of information for their lead, their name and the website, not website, their name and their email. So then you've actually got yourself a lead that you can use, and it goes onto the mailing list. You should all know this now anyway. So then they're going to get building up a relationship with you, and you could be sending emails out like, well, right. So, you had inquired about the, I think it's plumbers. I'll have to have a look. Can't remember. But, you were looking for some plumbing work, or you were looking for some home improvements. Are you still doing it? And you build up that continuous relationship with them. And then eventually they're going to, hopefully turn around and say, look, I do want that. Can you come and have a look at it? And this is how you build up the local business funnels. So let me just quickly go and have a look. Here it is. It's plumbers. All right. So let me come and share my screen. Share screen. There. Okay. So you're going to come into here. Now, what we're going to look for, let's get this right up at the top. So all I've done is put plumbers Yorkshire. Very, very basic. I mean, this is probably going to be huge. I have no idea. I've never done like this before. But if we look, so that one's got a website. If you want to go deeper, you could check the website and see exactly what it is, right? But like we're not going to do that today. Bates Plumbers Yorkshire, that's got a website. Yorkshire Plumbing and Heating. Oh, look, see, that's got no website. Okay, so there's one straight away, right? So they've got a website. They've got an online booking thing there. Directions. There's one there. No website. So there's two. Okay, in a matter of seconds, you've got two websites there. No, look, another one, three. Okay, um, another one there, four. All right. So there's four, right? In a matter of like 20 seconds, that you've got four possibilities for you to actually do something. So if we go back on there and have a look, where was it again? What does that say? Yorkshire Plumbing and Heating explained what he was doing, fixed the pipe in no time at all. There you go. It's got a testimonial. It's got directions to it. So there's no online. What they're more than likely to do is do a lot of word of mouth. So if we click on it and have a look, it's got like a what do you call it? Like a little flyer thing there. He's got directions. He hasn't even look, see, add a website. So they haven't got there. He's got photos and videos. So what we'll do is I'm going to take this here. I'm actually going to do some screenshots of this. I'm showing you exactly how I would do it. So I'm going to take, where is it gone now? How do you do that again? Right, there we go. I've taken that. Um, that's because that's got his information in, really. I don't really see any need. Ooh, that's disgusting. Any need to actually. So I'll do another one there. All right. Take a screenshot of that. Okay. Um, let's have a look. Pretty basic, really. Bit of pipes. Let's take a photograph of pipes. Here's something else. Right, I'm going to take a screenshot of that one because it's got more like information about them. Yeah, so pretty boring. Okay, I don't mean that in a horrible way. I tell you what we should do. I should actually take a screenshot of this because it's got his name and what's this called? An address, and it's got the web. What is that called? Postcode. It's got the telephone number. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that as well because I'm going to use that. I'm going to feed that into AI, and the AI is going to actually build this for me. So if I stop sharing and I come back into there. Now, when I was in Texas, they were showing us how to do this and build apps, but some of them were doing it and building an apps. They were using an app builder to create it, and it was identical to a website. There's no difference if that's what they wanted to do. So and this is what they were showing. There was a guy there. This is how he did everything. This was his entire business. So he would just have a couple of people that would search all the way through that. He didn't even do it himself. Then he actually had all of the websites created in minutes, and then he would take screenshots of them, send them, and they're like, well, that looks really good. How was that going to? And they think it's going to cost them $50,000, $60,000, and it's only going to be $4,000 or $5,000. You pay a lot more money in America. I mean, even wages is like 4 or 5 times what you would expect it to be here. It's different. But anyway, so this is what we're going to actually show you how to do this. And again, it's tying it in. It's like how to actually be able to create money online, and it's going to get way more important as well. I'm telling you. But also the affiliate side is tied in because you can create your own affiliate marketing. Hang on, I'm going to turn that heating down there. The heating's coming on. Okay, so what we want to do. Um, Hang on a second. I'm just going to see if I can realign and reboot my AI. Okay. All right. I'm going to show 2 bits of it here. Uh, right. Okay. I will. Let me have a look. I'm just going to share my screen on here again. Share screen. Right. So this is going to go on to ChatGPT. So I'm going to put. I want to create a prompt to give to AI agent to create a website for the plumbing company in relation to the attachments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach screenshots. So upload on here, go to screenshots, pictures, screenshots. Let's get it down to screenshots. Numbers onto there. That looks like it there, doesn't it? Oh, adding on to there. So I'm going to click that. So I want to create a prompt to give to an AI agent to create a website for the plumbing company in relation to the attachments. There's all their information. So this is my master prompt. So I'm not going to read through all of it on here. I'm going to see what they're actually doing. So there's a prompt there. Okay, so I'm going to copy that. Then I'm going to go into the AI agent. So I'm going to stop sharing, then come back in so that I can share again, which is a pain, but it's the only way I can show you it. And I'm going to go into the agent. And now I'm going to do the attachments, the same ones that we actually did. Okay, because it's the same information that I photographed. Which is them ones there. So, whoopsie daisy. Why isn't it doing that? Surely, you're not going to make me do like just one at a time, are you? Yeah, there we go. So, what is it? Attaching, it's attached all four. So I'm going to paste that website in. Right now, it's long. It's a full master prompt. Now I'll just read little bits out to you. Look, it says on here, look, say no top navigation menu, no multiple pages. So that's going to be very powerful. All right, it's going to have a hero section. It's got the problem solution section. I think you should know all about that by now. Okay, there, that's sort. I'm not going to read all of it out here. Okay, so what I'm going to put up at the top, and it's this one here. It says you are a high-level conversion funnel designer and direct response copywriter. This is telling the AI what it is. So you're telling the agent that's what they are. They're a high-level conversion funnel designer. Your task is to create a single page lead generation website, no navigation menu, for a UK-based plumbing business called, that's his name, context, and then all of the different information. Okay, so it's told it what we need. Now we're going to click it and we will send that out and we will see what it is going to do. It's going to build a website design. You don't need to know, or like, but it's a funnel. Okay, so you don't need to know anything about coding. You don't need to know anything about how to do it. And then once you've actually got all of this information, we're going to cross-reference it again to go over to the prompt engineer and improve anything that we think needs improving. So we're going to go backwards and forwards. Now, remember, I mean, we're just sitting here. We're not actually like running around phoning up all of these different companies. I used to actually work back in the very early 90s in a telecoms company. And what they used to do was sell switchboards, massive, great big switchboards. Some of them like, 100, 200 extensions on, like you'd see in the big office buildings. And we used to have to sit there like for hours and hours and hours, just calling all of these businesses, trying to actually get an appointment to go in and see people. And it was horrendous. I mean, it's like cold calling for literal hours. No, there can't be anything as like soul destroying as that. Um, so yeah, that's there. It's building it all up there for you, and it's creating all of the actual design for you, and it's going to come out with a plan. So let me just stop sharing while it actually does all of its little creation business and come back in. So then once we've got it, we're not just going to go and build it straight away. What we're going to do is we're going to have a look, and we're going to refine it, and we're going to go back to the prompt engineer, just if you want to get it so like slightly better for you. And then we're going to go over to system.io to actually build it. But all we ever want, and this is the difference. Okay, I know a lot of people who do similar to this, but they don't build a website. I think you should build it first. Take the images of it and send it to them. Say, this is a sample of what we created specifically for you. So they're seeing their own images, they're seeing their own information, their own company name, seeing that it's actually been created for them. Okay. All right. So Chat GPT, remember that's been designed. Chat GPT, it's not just Chat GPT. I broke it down, got rid of all of its structure, then I created it again inside on the back end. So it's gonna be a prompt engineer for me. It's creating what I want to put into a website builder, but it's not the best at website building. Daryl's just told you that there. Look, see. So Claude as a different agent, I have Claude as an AI agent that creates websites. Now you haven't got the flexibility to recreate Claude the way you can recreate ChatGPT. Create your own GPTs. They're called customized GPTs. So you can literally go on to a different program. You can customize a GPT. I have another company. Well, I don't have a friend of mine who's got a company, and that's what he does. He actually creates companies GPTs for them. So he does it a lot for colleges and for Americans. And they go in and they collect all of the information that is asked on the GPT, then analyze the information, then he gives it back to them to show the company what their employers are actually asking and looking for work, and it's all work related on their GPT. Then they enhance the GPT. I mean, he charges thousands for that, but that's what that is. So now I've gone and used that and gone into Claude. Claude there is creating the website for me. Okay. Um, And yes, I mean, it is better to have the paid versions. I mean, you can't do what do you call it? I'll just say a customized GPT, a personalized one for even for yourself, without the higher paid version. It's always going to be very basic, and it isn't going to do a very good job if it's just the free one. And Claude the same. I've got a Claude AI agent that's going to build websites. So let me just quickly go on and have a look and see how it's getting on. And there we go. Right. Let me come back in. Hang on. So how do I make that bigger then? All right. Okay. All right. Now that's brilliant. I just don't know how to make that bigger, unfortunately. Um, Let me see if there's a download or something that I can actually save it on. No, it's going to be big. It's going to be, I can copy it though on the HTML. Right, let me share you this. This is quite amazing. So let's share again. Share screen. All right. So let's go in here. Now all we're doing is looking over on this side. I don't know if you can see this bit, so I'll have to move myself over to here. But this on the right hand side, it's all in blue. It's got the telephone number up there. Clicking the telephone number. Obviously, this is not live. But look, if you go at the very top, it's got Yorkshire Plumbing HTML copy. So you can copy that and it'll copy the, I presume that's all the HTML. But all of the information on what to do here, look, it's like you can download it right there. Okay. And it tells you there how it's all been worked out for it. All right. Lead generation. So let me just take it over. So it's like 5-star rated, Yorkshire's trusted plumber, emergency plumber in Yorkshire, burst pipes, boiler breakdowns, no heating. We're on the road, fast, local, trusted. All of this information was from them screenshots that I gave it. Yeah. So there's the number. Click it, and it's going to make it call. Request a call back. Got the gas registered and all of that stuff. So, sound familiar? Is this your problem? No heating, leaks, burst pipes, boiler breakdown, bathroom fitting. Right now, if you notice, this here, I don't want to click on. I don't think it's live anyway, but I don't want to click anything. Few different looks. Got some reviews down there, testimonials, brilliant. 5-star rating. Okay, limited slots available. Don't miss out. That's a call to action, right? It's gonna there. Call now, or request a call back. It's just call to actions. And here you go. Look, put your name in. There's your phone number. What's the problem? Anything extra? Send my request. So, I mean, I would change this, not just the phone number. I would actually get the email and add it on there as well. So on system.io, you can add on the email, right? And then you can just get rid of that extra details one. What's the problem would be there? You can just have the issue. Look, there's the issues. It's very well done. Send my request. That's opted in, like what you've got on your funnel. So it's opted in. Now they're going to be on your email list for that plumber. All right. Don't suffer in a cold. Call us now. There we go. I mean, that is brilliant for like we just put in a few photographs and did a prompt engineering, sent it over to it. Okay, amazing. So now we copy that. We put that there. Once we've copied the, I presume, right, copy that. So I've copied it. It says I've copied it there. I would go into system and I would actually paste it into there. Okay. And there we go. So if I stop sharing, where have I gone? Oh yeah, I'm back in to see you. Okay. All right. Now the if you were like a little bit stuck and then thought, well, okay, but how am I going? I don't really know how to paste the website into there. I've copied it. I've copied the HTML. You can go into system and you can actually use it, or like put in just the HTML and it'll actually do it for you. Okay. I haven't done that in a long time, I have to admit. But let me have a look. Where is system on here? Where have I got it? Let's have a look. Okay, so we'll go on to websites. In fact, I shouldn't do. We should just stick with Salesforce because that's really what it is. If I go to create, I'm just going to blow a plum test. Plum test. Build an audience cell. Start from scratch. I'll show you in a second. Going in there into there. Right, you have to put it in a step. Okay. All right. So you'd have to actually put in a step and then add in the HTML. But that's that all set. Now you could move that across. Got the code copied. Put all that coding in. All you got to do is open up the HTML page. It would take me ages to learn how to do it. I've never done it for a long time because I've always just done it fast. Um, I did like used to build it from code, but it's just couldn't be bothered. But I'll have to go back in and find out how to get the actual coding page, and then just click copy paste, and it'll put it all in for you. And then obviously you can go in and actually change it. You can either do that or you can copy it by the actual images. Okay. And that's how you actually do two things, killing two birds with one stone, moving over and like doing that, getting the money for actually creating the website, which won't take a massive amount of time. I mean, we found there in a matter of seconds, 4 different companies just on, I actually just put Google Maps on, what will I do? Plumbers in Yorkshire, and there was coming up there. First few, there's 4 of them. You could do that for all 4, right? You could do it within an hour. You could probably make about like 5 different websites and send them out to all those different companies. With the, I'm going to actually next time, I'm going to get the actual setup there on what you will send out to them, as in the notices or letters, the letters, the emails, and that, to say, hey, look at this. This is what we've done, and give them a little bit of. And it isn't a hard sell at all. It's just very soft sell, and you send out. It's more about, oh, this is how we can help you. You're not actually saying we can build you a new website. We can do this. You're actually saying, I can actually help you. Look what I've just done. You could change anything you wanted on here to suit your needs. Do you think this would help if we created you, another 20 customers a month? Which business in the right mind is going to be, no, that's terrible. I don't want more customers. All right. So a very, very good business model, soft sell, very easy to do, especially if you're sitting at home, right? And then if we tie on everything that you look around what's going on in the world, where they're actually announcing it now, work from home. If you can, not travel to work, they're doing it right now. They're actually talking about food shortages. I don't want to go on about conspiracy theory stuff, because it's fact, right? And it's happening. You can see what they're doing. They're crippling the entire economic world, where they want the systems to collapse. So we're headed to hard times. So this will be one really good way of being able to have another string to your bow, right? A different stream of income, because you need multiple streams of income, especially if you want to survive what's coming over the next 5 years. Okay. What's to stop them copying the website for themselves? Well, nothing. I mean, it's the same as, it's like you're going to get loads of different things are going to happen, but you can't panic about it. And there's pointless fretting, but you're not going to give them the code. They're just going to see an image. So if they see one image, right, they're still going to have to do a ton of work. And if they're a plumber, do you think they're a plumber and a website control coder? Do you think they know how to code? But they don't know how to code, or couldn't care less. They haven't got a website, right? So all these companies that have not got a website, why would they then have one without getting the assistance of it? They're probably terrified of it. But yeah, somebody might go, I've got a cousin, and they're the best in the world at doing all this. I get so much like grief and abuse like every single day, just because I put up a TikTok video, So you got to accept these things in life, that not everybody has got the same moral constitution as we do, and you know but on the other hand, yeah, somebody may just say, oh, that's a good idea, I'm already doing it, thanks. Yeah, no problem, on to the next one. Okay, and then you do the next. It's not like you're having to go and travel, right, and knock on the door and they say no, then you got to travel somewhere else, knock on the door and say no. All you're doing is you're sitting there and you're sending out multiple actual approaches, very friendly, very open, very soft sell. You're just like, it's not even soft, it's not selling at all, but it's just softly approaching. And then people are going, do you know what? That doesn't seem like a bad idea. And a percentage always will. And then as you build up the actual testimonials from them, if you do even say 3 in a month, You say, right, now I've done it for you. Just tell us, like, testimonial how much you enjoyed that and think it was good for you, Then I would contact them again in a few months, because what you got to do is put it on the website. How did you hear about us? Okay. So, and then you'll find out where the leads are coming from, and they'll find out, oh, yeah, we got another 10 customers. So you put that in, you use that, and you build it up like that. All right. So again, but remember, if you've got them on there and they've linked in, so they're going to actually be getting affiliate commission for you as well. You may even get a retainer off them, but if not a retainer, what you're going to do is you're going to get callbacks. Oh, can you change that for me? And you'll get a fee for actually changing the parts of the website, which you can go into system.io and change easily for them. You just need to get their password and you go in. Okay. So if you created this, you would send it to them, and if they were interested, you would be offering to make amendments they wanted, and that's where you would negotiate a price. No, 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 no. So you are building the website for them ostensibly. All right, let me explain it again. What you're going to do is you're going to create the website. That's created now. I didn't do anything, right? You just watched it. Okay, so that whole funnel website is created. I can go on and I can take screenshots, which is what I did. I took screenshots to get the actual website created. I will take screenshots now of their website and send the screenshots to them. Say, look, I've just built this website for you. I'm not going to give them the website. I'm going to show them the images of the website. Does that make sense? So once I'm showing them the images and I say, so what happens is, and you could do a generic description because you haven't got the testimonials yet. So you could say companies that create an online presence like this generally find that they get 10 to 15 leads per month extra. Would you like 10 to 15 months, 10 to 15 leads per month extra using this type of website? So then they get to see it. So, and all it is, if you would like more information, then, you could actually even get them to go on to have a look at our examples. You could even then create your own funnel, right? And have them go and put in their name and address, and you could be collecting their actual email addresses to build another mailing list just of people that would be looking for websites. So not only are you actually building a business now, but you're building it for the future as well. So if they did then turn around and say, well, they're only seeing the images, yeah, Emma? They're only seeing the images. But they think, right, okay, I really fancy that. So, well, okay, well, what I can do is I can create this as a full website. So then you can create an appointment with them. All right. Now, I'll tell you, one of the guys from America, and how he used to do all of his sales calls. He would do, what did he say now? He was English, funnily enough, but he lived in America. And he would go on the call, right? Now, he's already given them an image of it, right? He would build apps, not webs, but they were identical. And he would be talking to them on the phone saying, look, I've got all the information, which he's already collected. Just tell me a bit more background. He would be typing it in to the app builder, and it was an app builder that I was using when I was in Texas. I don't use it anymore because I think it's too expensive. But they loved it. And he would do it. So you could do the same, creating the website that they were telling you they wanted. And then what he done is he actually had the app. And as soon as you click there, how long did that take for it to build? What, 2-3 minutes? I stopped watching it because it was a bit boring watching coding flash up like that. And that's the same as what this app builder does as well. And you see the code flashing like that. But at the end, it come up and it showed the app, right? It's live, the app, you can see it. Well, we could done the same there. It's not live as in it's like on the internet or on the app platform, but it's live to be able to play with, to touch and see. And that's the same. So you could literally do that and say, well, look, this is what I've created for you. That itself is the sales pitch. You don't have to go, well, if you do this, I'm going to charge that. If you do this, I'm going to charge that. You say, there, how much would, and they're going to turn around and see how much would it cost to get that. So obviously you've got, it's the UK we're talking about. So you wouldn't be charging them US prices. But then you say, well, to do something like that, it's going to cost you about, like, say, 700 quid. And then you get the whole thing. It gets set up for you. It's on a system that you can have edited whenever you want it edited. You collect the leads. It's going to be your CRM service. This is the thing, you see. That's why you want them on CRM. That's why you want them on system.io, because they haven't got a CRM. They haven't got an autoresponder. They haven't got a mailing list. They haven't got anything like that. You've actually just created them a whole brand new updated business model. Everything. So the website they've got the CRM on there, they've got, like, the autoresponder, everything like that. Okay. All right. So I did just explain how you would transfer it over to a system, right? But I'll actually show you how to do it another time. I'll show you how to do it next week. Okay. And we'll actually go over it and do that. But in reality, all you do is you copy the code. Remember, I copied the code, the HTML. Then you go over onto system.io and you open it up to, there is a special button that you would click, rather than using add this, add that, like what they call, like, drag and drop. You go in and say use code, and you just paste the code in, and it builds it. I've used it loads of times. I haven't done it for a while now, but I've used it loads of times before. Clicked it, copied and paste, and just put enter, and that's it. And then you go out of the coding page into visual, and boom, there it is. That's how easy it is. Save it, click save, and then you have your funnel. Then you can, like I'm saying, I would do that on a live call with them. I would literally be on a video call with them doing that. And then, as I'm describing, because they might turn around and say, well, I like that, but I don't like that color. I like that, but, like, that thing looks horrible. So you can go, oh, tell me what you would like, because, and then you can be explaining it into the prompt engineer. Yeah. And then you take that and then you put it into the Claude, which is the AI agent, and you say, yeah, that was nice, but we don't like this color. We like a different color. We don't like that. We like that. And it will recreate it. You see, it does it exactly like that. All right. And here's the thing. So, yes, you can have to pay. You could do it in a simpler way, without having Claude. You could literally build it yourself before you wanted to go on to Claude and have it built. It's built in minutes. You could do 10 a week. Sorry, 10 a week. You could do 10 a day with, like, with no effort. Find them like that with no effort. Build them like that. We'll not send some images over to them. It's so simple to be making money that way, you know, and building up like that. And also the ones that do go over, you're going to get affiliate commission on system as well. Yeah. So, but we'll actually do it. We'll do it next week. I'll go and have a quick practice of it, get back into the swing of it, and we'll actually do that again and show you how to do it. Transfer it over to a system, and then there you go. Move it on and show you how to actually do that. Plus, we've got a few more different ideas like this that I want to be able to actually show. So, there's different ways of doing the online marketing. You definitely have to get more knowledge about how to market online, affiliate marketing, or that type of AI. It's basically is an AI business. Using AI as your actual tool builder for you. Now you've created your own AI structured business. How easy was that? You didn't have to fly to Texas. Okay, so we'll leave that there for today, and it's definitely something. Yeah, Craig, it's definitely something worth investigating. But I'm going to put more information about that up into the affiliate marketing part, because it's not really affiliate marketing. It's like, this is how you do a little bit of affiliate marketing with a different business idea. That there, I'm telling you now, I have seen people offering this as a course, right, and charging hundreds of dollars for just to do what I've just shown you tonight. Obviously, it's a little bit more like in depth what they're showing, but at the end of the day, it's basically that is it. I've shown you the skeleton. They put a little bit more flesh on the bones, but they charge hundreds just for doing or showing that idea of what I've just given you. Okay, so and what I do want is, if you do stuff like that, I want you to get back to me and say, hey, do you know what? This is quite good. Even like have a chat with me, and we can even have a quick chat about it if you need a little bit more sort of like explanation or help, because you've got someone who's wanting to talk to you, right? Rather than you getting worried about it. Okay, thinking, oh God, I'm terrified. We'll be able to work it out. I'm going to get a full script for you of what you have to send them as well. I've got it all ready. This is what you send them with the images. This is what you send them, and then we can work on anything like that. Okay. Where do we get the prompt chat? Well, before you get, if you haven't got Chat GPT, what do you call customizable version, you can get a little bit out of it from the normal Chat GPT. Then send it over to get the prompt, send the prompt to Claude, and then have a look what Claude comes up with. And if you can always go back and cross reference till you get it sweet for what you want. Because definitely, we can improve it going backwards and forwards using the prompt engineer to get back in to say, do you know what? You could say it. I'm not too keen on that layout, not too keen on that color. Chop and change, get it exactly as you want it, and then you send it to the prospect, is what you would call them, when you're happy enough with it, and then they'll change it back to the original colors that you didn't like. All right, but yeah, I mean, that's the thing, Emma. You see, this has completely removed all of that tech. You could become either an app or an actual website designer with zero coding, no need to be like clever with coding, know what to do, know what to call. Yeah, exactly. Be creative, not technical. All right. And if you ever got like clients that were a bit bigger, okay, so like say that you did that plumbing one, and the plumbing guy goes, do you know what, but I've got a friend of mine that you could probably help. And then the next thing, you've got like a bigger client where they need something more technical, right? It's not what you know, it's who you know. Okay. It's not what you know, it's who you know. So you could turn around and go, oh my God, I can't do that. All right. Well, there's ways of getting onto other, all sorts of different platforms nowadays where you can get somebody to do it for you. Fiverr, get into Fiverr, right? I need someone to do that. And whatever costs involved is what you just pass on. Okay. So yeah. So there's always someone that can do it for you. And then, once they've actually done it for you, get an expert that just needs a little bit more coding experience. For instance, there was something specific that needed doing, and then you actually get them to do it, and you pass the cost on, and you build up your costs on top of that, and there you go, and you move on. But that itself is a brilliant way of doing either websites or apps. But the way I've just showed you would be brilliant for apps, and you've already got system.io, so you can actually use that and get commission for it as well. So a definite a win-win situation for sure, and you'll be doing a good service for the clients as well. So a win-win-win situation. All right. Okay. So we'll leave it there for tonight. I've got it recorded, still recording. Good. We'll build onto that. I'll show you. I'll build a presentation of. I mean, I've got it. I'll just fit it together. So I'll show you step by step. This is the first step that you'll send them, second step you'll send them, and then how you'll close them, we call it, as in get them to actually, yes, agree to be in business. Okay, and then next time we'll actually see if we can do that as well on uh, who was it the same going over there? Marcus, how to actually put the copy into system, and then we'll try and do it as well after that, not on the same session, how to do it with building an app. We'll show you that one as well. Same, absolutely same idea, only there it opens up a whole big world to it, because virtually no one has got apps for the business, even if they've got websites. Okay, but anyway, onwards and upwards. Hope you enjoyed that and got a little bit out of that. And you can always do a little bit more research onto there as well. Get into ChatGPT and everything. Start asking those questions. Get into Claude. Start asking questions there. And